In Joshua chapter 1 and verse 5, it says, "There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. And as I was with Moses, so shall I be with you. I will not fail thee nor forsake thee." Last night I was having a conversation with God, putting a situation before him that I can't deal with. And it seems pretty big to me, but I have a big God. So I was talking to my big God, and I put it before him, and he said to me, "Chanel, you have a reference point." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, and he brought this, situation up before me. And he said, "Remember what this person said happened and how the Lord delivered them?" I said, "Yes." He said, "I'm going to do the same thing in this situation. I just need you to trust me, because the same God that delivered her is the same God that's going to deliver in this situation." He said, "But I need you to know that I'm the same God, and you're going to need to use the same faith." So I came to say to you tonight, listen, when you hear people testifying about what God did in their lives, whether it's a financial thing or it's a healing thing, don't you look and be like, "Well, that's just them." Listen, they are serving the same God that you're serving, and you got to hold on to the same faith. And that's what God was saying to me last night. "Chanel, I'm the same God that delivered her, and the person that prayed her through, you got to use the same faith." Tonight, I just dare you to say to yourself, listen, if God did it for them, he's the same God. Hallelujah. He's the same God that delivered them, and he's going to be the same God to step into my situation. The same God, same faith. Same God, I got to use the same faith to see that thing that God showed me. There's the evidence. They are the evidence that God can do exactly what he said he can do. And tonight, I just dare you to say, "God, I trust you. You're the same God that delivered my friend. You're the same God that delivered and healed the church mother. You're the same God that did extraordinary thing for the pastor." So if you're the same God, then God, I'm going to apply my faith tonight, so that I can see the results of what you said in your word. And just like he said to Joshua, "As I was with Moses, I will be with you." And tonight I believe that God is saying the same thing to you. As I was with Moses, I am going to be with you. I will not fail thee. Listen, let me stop right there. Do you know how important it is to have a guaranteed from God to say, listen, I know things don't look good. Listen, all of us are going through something. Many of us just don't look like it, because we understand the God that we serve. I have a big God, and I don't cower down to anything because of the big God that I have. Because what I begin to realize, as he told me, "Chanel, here's your reference point. I've seen him deliver. I've seen him intervene. I've seen him overthrow. I've seen him pluck up and tear down." It's the same God, and the same faith that I used when I came to God and said, "God, I need you to deal with this, and I know that you can." And God said, "Chanel, yep. Same faith. Use the same faith, because I'm the same God." That is my word for tonight. All of us are dealing with something. But I want you to know this one thing. There is nothing that happens in this world that God can't deal with. Now, here's the thing. What you're asking him to deal with may not look like that thing at the moment. Matter of fact, you may almost be discouraged. But I want you to understand, if he did not fail my parents, and I'm where I am, all I got to do is thank the Lord and know that God is working on my situation. My goodness. At one point, many people wouldn't know it, but I was atheist at one point. And my mother believed God, that God would save me and bring me back to him. And if God did it for me, what in the world am I expecting God to do in these other situations? You guys have a great Sunday night. Look for your reference points. Whatever it is you're going through, who have you heard testify that God did it? Use that as an example of what can happen if you do not faint, but you trust in God, knowing that he's the same God, and you have to use the same faith. You guys have a wonderful Sunday.